Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to today's episode of Game Poke, the show where we cover gaming related topics and talk a lot of old bollocks. And today's bollocks is about the Master System, but more specifically a certain genre of games on the Master System. Sports games.
How could they get any worse? We're at the threshold of hell!
So yes, today we're going to be talking about Master System games that are sports. I won't lie, I'm good at none of them, but there's a very good reason. It's because they're shit, innit? All of them. Now, to be fair, I managed to find at least one that wasn't pure shit, basically. But I have gone out of my way to make sure that all the games I'm talking about are different, or at least have something interesting to them. I know, that's bloody challenging. So, you know, give me a break. It's not been easy. And without further ado, we will go on to the first game. This is one I recently acquired, and someone said, can you please do a video on this? So, here we go. It's this one. Great Volleyball. Now, there are many games in the Great series on Master System that cover certain sports, and this one is the volleyball one. Can you see how fucking hard it is to be able to talk about anything interesting to do with this shit? Let's put it this way. The best volleyball game ever was the Dead or Alive ones. Because, you know, physics. Here we ain't got none of that. Unfortunately, all the players appear to be one man. One guy, cloned many times. Forced to live out some torturous hell playing fucking sport for the rest of eternity. Poor bastard. What's more annoying for him is that I'm playing. I suck. I must have awarded a point to them in every possible way. Even ways that you wouldn't think are possible, I found a way to give the other team a point. Gameplay-wise, to be fair, I did feel like the more I played, the more practice I put into it, it was becoming more doable. So it's not one of those sports games where you pick it up and you go, ah, horse shit, and then never play it again. No, if you wanted to, you could knuckle down and get better at this one. Graphically, it's quite appealing, it's good and colourful, there's nothing wrong with that, there's nothing we can really pick at and say that looks rubbish. Music, it's upbeat, it's quite fitting, I suppose. The music you can hear right now is from it. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I feel like when it comes to sports games, 8-bit sports games, they are all so sodding difficult. You know, there should be an easy mode, or something where I can at least determine the difficulty a bit. Now, maybe if I was familiar with volleyball teams, I might know how to pick a really good quality team and then make sure my opponent is a crap one. But unfortunately, not only do I possess no fucking knowledge on volleyball teams, this is volleyball teams from like the 80s. So I've got less bloody hope, haven't I? I'm never going to figure it out. And the practice on this, I suppose you can look on the bright side. Unlike some tutorials where it says, do this, do that, do this, and then it just berates you when you suck. You just get the chance to keep trying until you get the knack of it. And you can pick the certain things that you suck at in order to improve yourself. So, as far as sports games goes on the Master System, this one isn't pure bollocks. It's alright. It's alright. Would you like to see a pure bollocks game? One that is 100% anus. Here it is. Sports Pad Football. Now, let's be fair, I am already in trouble because this is American football, also known as hand egg over here. I have no idea how to play this. Not a Scoobies. But the funny thing is, this one is actually dedicated to a certain controller, and it is impossible to play without the certain controller. And here it is. The Sports Pad. This thing is kind of inventive, but unfortunately it don't work. And I don't mean just mine. I mean these things just crap out all around the planet. They don't work. They're not a very good build. When I first got this, I was amazed I managed to find one because they're that rare. And when it was broken, it was like, It's not surprising, considering I managed to find one at all. When I googled how to fix it, it was like, no, they tend to just break. There's bits of plastic that have just become brittle over time on the inside and snapped off. Nothing holds the ball in place. It's just in there, but it's not doing anything. So you need this to play sports pad football. But there is a weird thing about sports pad football. It is also great football. Yes, there are two versions to this game. One, great football, where you can do it with any fucking controller. Maybe not that, who knows. And the sports pad one, where you can only do it with the sports pad one controller, or it doesn't fucking work at all. The footage you see here is the sports pad one. I am trying to do it with a standard Master System controller, and as you see, he sorts of fidgets and goes diagonally. No matter what I did, I could not go straight. I could not go straight up. I could not go straight left, right. I couldn't go straight. It was diagonal or nothing. And do you know what the funny thing is? None of the actions button. I can't. When I got the ball, it was mine forever. Couldn't do shit with the fucking thing. Couldn't throw it. Couldn't put it down. Couldn't take it out on a date. Couldn't eat it. I couldn't do fuck all. The game is 100% unplayable unless you happen to have one of these that function. If you do, very fair play. But because it's so hard to find one that works, don't bother using it. Because to play it, you're meant to do that. You can see how that would be damaging over time. So, I'm not surprised they break. I'm really not. They're cool. At least they would be if they weren't. What do I got to say about the graphics or the music or any of that? I say, who gives a shit? Next game. Putt and Putter. Now, I have gone out of my way to find a sports game on the system that was not pure poo. And it was very bloody challenging, but I found one. Putt and Putter is essentially Crazy Golf, or Mini Golf, or Crazy Putt, or any of the motherfucking names people have given it over the years. It is quite fun, actually. You can set it up as a 2-player, but of course for me that means I would have to have a friend. Needless to say, I had to play it in 1-player mode. It is really decent fun. You've got to just plan how you're going to do it, where you want the ball to go, the amount of strength, the amount of effort, be a bit dynamic. And it's one of them games that starts off quite easy. I mean, on the first go, on the first hole, I got a hole in one with minimal effort. I'm not bigging myself up, it's just showing that the game is quite easy to begin with. It's nothing to do with me being any fucking good. But the game does get stupid hard later on. Some of the levels are ridiculous. And it's not just a case of, there's more loop-de-loops and more of a layout. No, there's like switches that move the ground to one side and throw your ball into the water. There's various other traps and explosives and random holes and all sorts of shit. It is a really inventive game, but it's pony. It's not a real sport. I mean, we have mini golf, crazy putt, bullshit, any of that. But it's not really a sport, is it? Is it? Does that count as a sport? Did I do a thing? Well, I'll be damned. Graphically, it's not amazing, but it doesn't need to be for what it is. What do you expect? Musically, honestly, off the top of my head, I can't even remember it, so that's how memorable it is. But again, these things don't matter so much. One of the things with sports games is a lot of them have really nice graphics, but the gameplay is shit. Here they focus solely on the gameplay, and I'm so happy about that because I finally get to talk about a good sports game. Will I talk about another good one in this video? Highly unlikely, so make the most of this one and just play putt and putter and bollocks to the rest. Next game, American Baseball. Now, I gotta say one weird little fact before I forget. Everywhere in the world where it was released, aside from America, it was called American Baseball. But in America, it was called Reggie Jackson Baseball. I think they changed the title screen, and I don't know if there was anything else different. Honestly, don't know why they bothered. It was obviously just some sort of thing where they managed to sign a sports celebrity person. That's it, innit? Like Mike Tyson's fucking punch-up. This is Reggie Jackson's bullshit baseball. Yeah. The weird thing about this game is there's a watch mode. You can watch a match. You don't have to play. You don't have to play the game. You can just watch it. Which for me is fantastic because all the footage you see in there is watch. I did not play this game. For the footage, I've played the damn game. It's just when it came to the footage, I thought, right, I got to play and I got to suck. No, I haven't. Watch. Yay. So I've cheated. But I can still give an honest review because I have played this game. And I will say, when it comes to baseball games, some baseball games aren't too bad. Just in general when it comes to 8-bit. This one does have one slight little downside. The computer, the enemy, sometimes is just mind-bogglingly better than you. I can't word today. Did you notice that? It's great, isn't it? Because I've had surgery recently and sitting here is hurting my guts like hell. Anyway, this is one of the only baseball games, 8-bit wise, where I can actually get a fucking home run. Seriously, I can get a home run on this game. I'm astounded because there's some NES baseball games I've played in the past. I can't even hit the fucking ball. Here I can hit it and get a home run. What I suck at is when the enemy hits the ball and then I've got to try and throw it back in time. I feel like I can never make it. But again, I also feel like this is one of them situations where if I was more familiar with baseball as a whole, I would know what teams are good and I would know what teams are shit. And I would make sure I always go against the team that's shit. But because I don't fucking know, I seem to be picking the wrong teams. It's a lucky dip every time, minus the luck. The game is graphically good. It is musically fitting. It's got little national anthems for the teams and shit that you pick. Aside from that, it's a good, fun game. It's not as good as Putt and Putter, but it's not a bad game. It's not. It's a sports game, though. It's not brilliant. Maybe we should end this on something that you wouldn't believe exists on the Master System. A game that is shit and is infamous for being shit amongst people who hate sports games. That's right. FIFA. Yes, there is indeed a FIFA game on the Master System. Tech toy. Those clever buggers decided to make it. Geniuses they are. And you know what I gotta point out? There's music in the game. On the menus. Would you like to hear what you are treated to when actually playing the game? It's this. Unbelievable, right? That's all you hear. And what I really hate, visually, is the pitch. Why does it look like a giant chessboard? Why does it look like something from Snakes and Ladders at an isometric angle? Why is it not just fucking green? Why has it got to look like this? I don't know what's going on, but I hate it. When playing this, admittedly, it started off as a bit of a fidget fit. I'm just going up to the ball with whatever player and pressing all the buttons I can to try and get the fucking ball. And sometimes it did. You know, I felt like I had a bit of control over what was happening. Except, maybe there's a way around it, but I couldn't figure it out. When you have a random fucking team player picked, it was never the guy I wanted it to be. So, say there's a teammate here who has the ball. Enemy teammate, sorry. And there's one of your guys here. That guy's not selected. One of your guys over here is selected. But I need this guy to tackle this prick to get said ball. But no, I've got a hold of some prick up there. Why? I've played FIFA on the Mega Drive. There's a whole nother story about that. Maybe one day I'll tell you. And I have to say, this is worse than that. It looks shit. It sounds shit. It is shit. Why does this exist? It is playable. It is. It's just no one's going to want to play it. Because it's so bad. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Sports Game on the Master System. You didn't expect me to say a lot about it, did you? Really? Let me know what genre you would like covered next time. What type of video game genre would you like covered for the Master System? We've still got RPGs, we got platformers, we got fighting games, we got tons of stuff that we can do. But there will be some Game Boy stuff in the future, because I still really want to do that, but I want to make sure you knew that Master System wasn't getting shoved to one side. Still heavily focusing on that. Now, if you excuse me, I am going to die over there, because I wasn't lying earlier when I mentioned the whole surgery thing. Sitting upright for too long is bad. I'm like 1.5 days into recovery. I can't sit here any longer. This video is ending. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that other pony, and I'll see you next time.